Frey and you're watching Christmas 52. Today I'm doing yet another DIY video. This time all of my DIYs are going to be incorporating jars. The jars I'm using are old coffee jars. They're like the Moccona ones that have like the press-on lids. You can use any kind of jar for these DIYs, those are just the ones that I prefer to use. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a mini manicure set, a jar of funds, which you'll see what I mean when I get there, and a mini Scenescape. So let's get on with the video. Okay, so for the mini mani kit in a jar, you are going to need a jar, some things to fill the jar with, and something to decorate the jar with. Obviously, being a manicure kit, you're going to want some tools, so I'd suggest basic nail clippers, basic nail scissors, and a nail file, as well as some nail polishes in complementing colours. So I've gone for the sparkly gold with blue and red, a nice brandy wine colour, and a light green, as well as a top coat, a clear top and base coat. Other things you can include are some nail stickers, maybe as something else they want to try. It's pretty obvious as to how to put things in the jar, but I guess I'll show you how to do it anyway. Just because there's not a lot of stuff going into the jar, and like it's glass nail polish bottles going into glass, I like to bulk the jar up with cotton balls. I don't actually have any around at the moment, so I'm just going to use tissues. That's going to start my bottom layer. Next I'm going to stick the nail stickers down the side and put in the nail polishes. Then I'm going to add nail tools. Usually at this point I'd be filling with layers of cotton balls also, as cotton balls are good for removing nail polish. So that's the jar filled up with all the exciting gear. Lid is optional, but I'm going to stick it on if it'll go on. Lid is going on. There. And I'm just going to decorate it with a ribbon so that it looks good out on display. And you can either gift this as is, or you can wrap it. For the jar of funds, you will need a jar, something to decorate the jar, some funds to put in the jar. This is one that I created a little while ago. It's like really basic. I wrote fun all over some masking tape and just wrapped it around the jar. I've had this for ages. I used it to save up to go to K-Wave in 2013. I've taken all the money out of it for the video, but I've been using it to save up for the Melbourne show this year, and I'm going to use it to save up for the moot next year. So notice the emphasis of fun in funds. So as I said, I've used this jar to save up for K-Wave and Melbourne show, and I'm going to use it to save up for the moot. So we really want to emphasize, like when we decorate the jar, that it's for fun. So maybe it could be towards concert tickets that they're getting, or like movie outings with friends. So the way I'm going to decorate this one today is with some washi tape and some rhinestones. You can decorate it any way you want. As I said, Like, this is really simple. This is going to be a little more extravagant, but yeah. So with my washi tape, I'm going to start off with some really big letters spelling out fun. That's my big fun letters. Now I'm going to put a little lowercase d and s around this side with some rhinestones. And yeah, once you're happy with the decoration, stick some cash in there and help your friend get on their way to saving up for something fun. Okay, so for the Scenescape, you are obviously going to need a jar. And then to go in that jar, you're going to need some figurines to base your Scenescape around. I've got little erasers because they were all I can find. I would have had like a snowman and a Christmas tree had it have been closer to Christmas, but because it's only September, they were impossible to find, so I have erasers. So with these little figurines that you use, you're going to want a kind of like ground to put them on. So I have like these felt board things. It's like a felt kind of cardboard material. And I also have glitter to decorate the inside, and I have a candy cane. You'll see how this fits in when I actually make the Scenescape. Okay, so the scene that I am making is going to be this little pink polar bear kind of thing. I'm assuming it's a polar bear because it looks like the only thing it could be. So yeah, a little polar bear at the North Pole. I forgot to mention earlier, you will need stuff to draw and cut with, as well as something to glue with. I'm using a hot glue gun because it is the strongest kind of glue. So to get started, we're going to put our base in the jar first. So you're going to want to cut out enough board to cover the inside bottom of your jar, so like to cover in that area. So I've traced a circle and I'm going to cut that out to go into my jar. Alright, and when that is cut out, you want to stick it into the bottom of your jar. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom. Just a little bit, just so that it like sticks. If you can't get your hand in the mouth of the jar, also bring something that you can use to poke stuff into the jar. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to put in there is my North Pole. So I'm going to use this candy cane that has been sitting around for years I've never eaten it, so I don't think I'm going to eat it anytime soon. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue to the bottom of this and I'm going to stick it in my jar. You may have to hold standy uppy things until the glue sets so that they don't fall over. Okay, so now that my North Pole has set, I'm going to add my little polar bear. Comment below what you think I should name it, because I haven't got a name for this little polar bear yet. Alright, and I'm just going to glue him to the bottom of my jar next to the North Pole. And because I can't get my hand all the way down the jar, I'm actually going to use my scissors to put him in there. Alright, and now that my little polar bear is stuck down, I'm going to take this glitter, I'm going to sprinkle some in so that it looks like it's been snowing. Then I'm going to stick the lid on, shake it a little bit to get the glitter around a little bit more, and hey. And there you go, it's a little polar bear at the North Pole. So those are all the DIYs I have for you today. Most of these DIYs, depending on what you put in them, can all be made for under $10. Of course, it depends on like whether you have most of the materials or not, and how much money you put in the jar of funds, and like the kind of nail polish you put in the mini manicure kit. But yeah, like they're pretty easy and they're relatively cheap, so they're actually like really good, quick presents to make on the go. So that is all I have for you today. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you next week. Bye.